Welcome to Homeschool Together. As we approach fall and get closer to winter, we wanted to take a look at Build Your Library's Winter Holidays Around the World unit study. Retails for just about $8, and it covers some major holidays from cultures around the world. Overall, it's fun, it's quick, it doesn't add too much of a load to your already busy holiday schedule, but it gives some nice extra emphasis and learning behind the holidays that you may hear about and even the ones that you celebrate yourself. You might find that you've learned some things along the way, just like our family did. So overall, we really enjoy this, but let's get in and take a look at it inside. Okay, so like all Build Your Library products, this is going to be a PDF curriculum here. And it's going to give you a little bit of information about the study here. And then a quick book list. So not a lot of books here. Because this curriculum is covering just a few holidays, there's not a long book list with this one. They're going to cover the winter solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Chinese New Year. There's a few helpful links about winter celebrations and an invitation to do a larger spread activity. There's a world map that's included later on in the activity pages that you can color as you learn about the different holidays. And it encourages you to do a research project, which I think is especially good if you have a slightly older student. We did this with our first grader, so we didn't end up going through that part of it, but just encourages you to write a report, do a picture book, do a poster. It's very open-ended, but there's a little bit of an activity invite there. So let's go into the first holiday. I'll just show you how the winter solstice is laid out so you can get an idea about how each of the holidays is covered. So the first thing is there is kind of an introductory letter that is written from the perspective of somebody that celebrates that holiday, which gives some good kind of first-person information about it and a kind of an overview of that holiday. And then there's some reading to be done. This is Return of the Light, 12 Tales from Around the World, which I'll show you in just a minute. The stories are fairly short, she says, so, plan on reading maybe 2 to 3 each day, or just, pick a couple to read to your child. This doesn't have to be a long study. You could decide that this study of the winter solstice is going to be a week. It could be 2 weeks. You could spread it out longer, totally up to you, very open-ended. So there's a copy work piece given here, and then some notes and activities. So these are all myth type stories about why the winter solstice happens. So there's an invitation to get with your child to create their own myth about why they think the winter solstice occurs, or have them illustrate their favorite story, and then color the countries that are mentioned in the book in the world map later on. So give you some ideas of things to talk about the winter solstice, who celebrates it, and some of the traditions that are associated with it. And then there's some vocab words here, and there is a vocabulary sheet, so you can go through and put those down. Some ideas about how to decorate for the winter solstice. And here's some more activities. So this is creating a graph to measure how the days are getting longer, which is fun. And then this is making a pinecone bird feeder for our feathered friends as it gets colder for winter. This is using some peanut butter and pinecone. There's a winter scavenger hunt activity, which she has at the end of this unit study, which you can pull that page out if you want to. You can decorate your house for winter using traditional and natural decor like evergreen, holly, and mistletoe. There's an activity page. Oh, that's the one we just saw, the holiday decorations activity page, which is basically just identifying what they look like. So it's not a big deal. And the return of celebrate the return of the sun by baking a sun cake. So that could be fun. And here's some additional books that you can read if you want to. So that's it. That's the whole winter solstice. And then it gets on to Christmas and Kwanzaa, Chinese New Year, and Hanukkah. And then in the back, you've got the activity pages. I think you can definitely find a better world map than this. I mean, this is just kind of like, I'd print out maybe something bigger, or, maybe free draw something. And then these are the pages for Christmas vocab and the other holidays vocabularies. There's a scavenger hunt page. This is for Christmas. Activity pages, some stencils, difference between Santa and St. Nicholas, Christmas around the world. I will say that I don't believe there was anything in here that spoiled any Santa-related information. So yeah, this is because this is all told from the first-person perspective of a child that celebrates that holiday. So all good on that point. Overall, as you can see, we didn't get too much further than the winter solstice in this. We did start the Christmas part of it. I think what would be really great is if this had some more media associated with it, and we definitely did bring in some more media when we did it. And finding some extra books at your library. I think this is a nice way to start the discussion about the winter holidays. It's a good springboard point. For $8, I think it's totally worth it to get that kind of upfront information, organization of some activities, gives you something to think about. You can go deeper, you can add more activities if you want, but for the price, I think it's a good pickup to at least get a framework for what you want to talk about with these different holidays. And we did have fun using it. So it really depends. I think our daughter was a bit young at first grade because obviously the vocabulary and the copy work and some of the other invitations for activities were about, you know, making up your own stories and doing different things. So it was a little bit hard for a first grader. So I think this is really well suited to probably third grade and up. So take that into account when you look at this unit study. But if that's the age of your kids and you want to do something to either supplement some sort of around the world journey that you're doing, or you just want to get some more information about the different holidays that different cultures celebrate, I don't think you can go wrong with this. I do want to show the one book for the winter solstice. This is Return to the Light, the 12 Tales from the Winter Solstice. I just kind of wanted to show you what it was like. So this would be here's one story. So Why a Hummingbird Has a Red Throat. This is from the North California coast peoples. And it gives a little bit of a backstory here. I don't want to ruin the name here, but this is Indians from the North California coast. And so it gives some background to the story, and then it gives the story here. And the stories are pretty short, as you can see. So not too long, definitely can keep the interest of a child, but there's not that many pictures. It was really interesting, though, to see how many different cultures have different, origin stories for the winter solstice and how that relates to their religions and things. So this was good. Definitely, I think if you're looking for a secular way to review the holidays of winter, this is a great thing to use overall. So hopefully this review was helpful for you if you're considering purchasing the Winter Holidays Around the World unit study. I definitely think it could be a lot of fun and a good springboard. So we hope that this review helped you, and stay tuned for more reviews from Homeschool Together.